Chapter 1 I was born day off Jingsha. On June 16 auspicious for wedding sand funeral salike. Donut approach, living soul slet note lonely spirit soar wild ghosts obstruct the way. The master off the Anandiang, with a sharp voice, hoisty daspert calling banner avarice shoulder shescata red paper money. Followed by atro bust men carrying a finely crafted coffin made of gold and nanmu. They led Huedo pay phenol respects to the deceased. Behind the golden nanmu coffin follow a long procession of mourners. A dense throng of people move in Janunazan. This funeral procession emerged from Thichitiof Kaofedian. Making jit sway towards the hill in the eastern suburbs. The ancestral graveyard family. Tradition die test hate a coffin must never touch the ground it shoe dreskantly I knit sir then home. Even when transported by vehicle, it carries ascertainable, so I customary for dedicated bearers to carry it to the family burial site. Let a shall tath a bridge, where life and death shall not meet as the procession reached the bridge. The master turned back in Coleto Thiek road. Descendants, step forward and both 3 timesto escort the ancestor across to Brigido Thellendoff to living. Among the mourners, a middle-aged Edmund with a slicked back hairstyle, clad in mourning garb, stood before ye at least their tirelative soft varying gauges, elbowing in unazon towards the bridge testament to a large, thriving family. After 3 bows, the master waved the spirit calling banner and called out, Donut approach, living soul slet note lonely spirit soar wild ghosts obstruct the. Half an hour later, the funeral procession depart to Thichitiof Kaofedian, progressing towards the ancient graveyard in the East Mountain region. In June, Thuather can change a swift liaise a killed temperament. A thick cloud suddenly rolled in, and before long, Agent Lorraine began a full. Its drops battering gaunt the golden nanmu coffin, trickling down like thin rivulets to the ground below. Ahead of the procession, Ayun man appeared on the mountain path, dressed in dark blue robe and carrying an old canvas bag. With each step, a peculiar clangen echoed, made the stranger with the ordinary kitchen knife fetched to the bottom of his bag. Moments later, Thera die outh crossed paths with the funeral procession. Pausing suddenly, he froned and glanced at the ground below Thefin. Onset the throng had passed, hesta up down and touched the earth, pulling up 12 fingers stained with blood that quick clibbing taco agulated before his eyes. Pft! Pressed his finger stoged there, shattering the hardened clump, which released de plumiof black smoke. Thera die out straightened and followed the funeral procession from behind. A little over an hour later, the master of the Anandiang led theme to Rajato Theist Mounta in graveyard, where Pathad been prepared for the burial. The master Luke do pat the sun obscured by dark clouds, calculate moment with his fingers, and then proclaimed, Let us rise a tekafine and take horses. The frontring soft a funeral procession were led with zarau full figures. The sound soft mornin gring in gut intermittently. The men with slicked back hair and a woman dressed entire lion black each bowed respectfully 3 times towards the coffin. Father, grandfather, maybe o yearny besmuth. The coffin from members, step back. The master said ashescat a red paper money and bowed towards the surroundings. Newsel spassing thruff, my all spirits grant passage a please accept thy's offering with gratitude. With rope steed around thigh waists, date bearers carefully position the coffin direct, lie above the grave. And after planting the spirit calling banner into thirth, the master called out, Lift the coffin and shake the ropes. Holden, just as the coffin was about to be lowered, Thera die outh stepped forward unexpectedly, catching the master and the slicked back man by surprise. Hune tied the kitchen knife from Miss Baggins on the ground. In 3 days, should anything unusual occur in your home, tech this knife edithini are the train station 9 thesity to find me. Theslicked backman's face darkened, while the master, Asafastal Drabbit, leapt and shouted angrily, You little brat! Are you implying that feng shui forth this burial site is flawed? The uthspreadishan innocently. It didn't say anything gabudi our burial site lie indicateth that there will be something amiss with the coffin. Twa different matters. Do I understand? The master ground his teeth in frustration. Is that not the same? If something just wrong with the coffin, it follows that the burial site sisel so faulty. E have spent 3 years searching for dragon sand a decade studying burial grounds. E have benign this profession for over 20 years, having later chundred soft tombs, and e have never tarnished the reputation off my lineage. Ignoring the master's furious words, Thera die outh turnetos licked backman. E will in liber for 3.5 days. In 3 days, I twill but his event day after this coffin is laterist. If anything changes in your household, bring thiek knife to find mine thesity remember, It must be with thik nai fethetisma proof off payment. Without another word, Thera B die outh turned and descended the mountain, his canvas bag swaying behind him. The middle gedmanide thik knifin the ground with suspicion, and the master, enraged, raised dislecto kick thik knife away. Impudent child, you be a nonsense. At that moment, Ayungu man approached from behind the middle gedman, blocking the master's path. Sheddernet the man and says, Father, clearly has just arrived from elsewhere and doesn't even medito Keophidian yet. How wild he knoweth that 3 days from Noah's grandfather's 7th day? The mid-legedman paused, taken aback after processing. Uncertainty deepened in his expression. The master scoffed from the side. Your older did not passawayscom and lias others. I've wanted to find out. Doi outhing couldn't know the exact date? Thought boy is just spouting nonsense. And you believe him? The middle gedman turned to the master. His voice ested ashisked. Sir, are you certain there's nothing wrong with this burial site? The master pointed Tothiski, speaking emphatically. Is we are be me ancestors. If this burial sito is not possessed the great feng shu ibbles it bethi descendants of Huelthi, he will renounce lineage in Navirigan concern Mijulf with matter so finandiang. After a brief pause, the middle gedman Risa Lutlier replied. Very well, proceed with the burial. The master Ternetto Theat bearer San declared. Letero pestrumble hurry up, prepare for the burial. Ropes referred to thedies fasten to thika fin ta shake the rope pesmento lower the fine and toth pit. While scattering flowers referred to erchel where the rope were puladu tafter thika fin had been properly lowered, finalizing finderment before the dirt was filled in. Once a teka fin was laterist, earth began to fill the grave. A somber atmosphere enveloped the gathering as mourners is toed around, their expression's grave. Beneath the feet, protruding from the mountain soil, was the ordinary kitchen knife, appearing tobmerl yakimen tool for cutting vegetables, rusted and seemingly ironed. Suddenly, a delicate white hand grasped the hilt off the knife, pulling it from the ground. At the foot of the east mountain, as Therabi die outh descended from the old burial site, Hekastag glanced back at the graveyard atop the hill, where eater clouds began to drift ominously overhead. A little over Wohurst later, in Kaufadian site in the train station, the Unman wearing Thorobinterid as Malin, carrying 2 pounds of pig shed meat, abagofpianits, and a botlio flicker. Idliketa check-in. Theouth produced Zide and handed over. Upon glancing Gathaname, Dinekeeper's wife instinctively exclaimed, Wangjingja? Therabi die out smiled widely, revealing Guro Wolf Perfectith, I was born in Thide Ofjingja. Hence the name Wangjingja. Chapter 2 The Night of 7th Day and Haunting Spirits. With a creaking sound, Wangjingja ched thesican floran pasheta penador. A wavy of dampness a ked wit hamastiater engulfed him. Asha stepped on a the creek high floor. Ida mitted a soft growin. Therum was sparsely furnished, continenganly abed, a chair, and a makeshift toilet the Trikadoff strong disinfectant. Setting down to piss Hadan bought a leaf liqueur had carried. Wang Jingja removed a canvas bag from Miss back and laid out several seemingly ordinary kitchen knives and scissors in the bed. With a white tool, he meticulously wiped the etch blade. His eyes filled with devotion. Wang Jingju a creditor of knives, a title that note to particular profession owned connected to mysterious organization the thas gradually faded from public consciousness over Thea. However, this do is not mean such practitioner shave ceasto exist. Creditors of knives can still be found in the world, perhaps lurking in some obscure corner, on bustling streets, or beneath a bridge, laying good old-fashioned knives and scissors in a teared cloth. The traverse villages, with a handful of knives thou eat in their bags, encountering individuals or situations that pique their interest. Often, they leave behind enigmatic and perplexing prophecies. In this place, during Thirli spring off next year, the Yellow River shall flood. Leaveth this knife forno when the flood water scurry away ear villagers. It shall return to collect the payment. During the natural disasters 3 ear spreer, Akerid I tor had ventured to a drought-stricken village in the central Hebia plain, where heen countered a gun village leader, we condwary frumforging roots and tree bark. Headvised, leveth this knifwithia, and when thiron to half haspist, and prosperity returns, it shall come back formidu. Such prediction shady code countless dimest throughout history. If au chose it o place our trust in Thesamin, they would bestow upon you an eye for your scissors, and on the day the prophecy fulfilled, they would appear promptly to collect their payment. Shoot the prophecy remain unfulfilled, thick knife would be gifted toy out without charge. From ancient timesteth present, creditors off nivesha doffered mina predictions, non-oaf which hate of ear fallen short. People litter recalled a prophecy left be accurate I tor before a thavenish tintin years, chaos halrin, and the earth will well commendaden. And indeed, this prophesy eventually comedo pass. At midnight, just of 12 o'clock, Wang Jingji consumed 2 pounds soft pig shed meat, a handful of nuts, and a botlio flicker, letting out a loud belch before pushing open the window and gazing justward. Earlier in the day, Wang Jingji had stuck cake knife find to a piece of fancy and burial ground and left a message if 3 days anything unusual occurs in our home, bring this knife at the Bethi train station to find me. A few days prior, the old patriarchal Foyaltha fam lying cow Fadian had tragically shed an accident at the highway. His Volkswagen Phaeton crushed into a mere Shelby trailer. That people inside had instant lie, the old man's badawaso contorted Bethi impact the tight was dismembered, rendering reconstruction impossible esem part shed being torn to shreds. His badawas latter brought back to Kaofedian, and thanks to his influential son, it wasn't cremated but instead prepared for burial in the family grave. Today was the day after funeral. 3 days later marked the 7th day after his passing. Wang Jings has stood by the window, counting on his fingers while muttering softly. A wane-spiring malevolence fills the air. 3 days passed swiftly, and according to custom, this night was the old man's 7th day to me known as the return of the soul. Ida said hatchering this night, the deceased spirit returned him for a brief visit. Family members should prepare offerings, such as burning paper ladders or lanterns, to guide spirited hunder world for incarnation. If such rituals are neglected, the spirit might believe its family wished to keep it around, resulting in possible huntings. Thus, burning offerings in the 7th day was of utmost importance. That evening, under Radark Manandak healing wind, Adavilant Guanlin who garden off Kaofedian, Linuan sent thy wife back to her hometown and called for reason la daughter. Hesit to pay paper ladder made of yellow paper in front of their house and deranged offerings nearby, planning to burn heal it after paying respects to his late father at around 8 o'clock. With a matchstick in hand, Linuan struck against the box and said to his daughter, after we burnt this, Nuna can't stay in the house the nighty Wanda will go to or grandmother for the evening. Shenyu, Komi and pay respects to or grandfather. Dressed in plain clothes, Lin Shenyu, with the hint of sadness in her face, was about obo ta thieferings when a sudden gust of wind stirred, extinguishing her father's match just as about a light head paper ladder. Linyu and took no heed, striking Ganather match, Bujastashi mid to light telliter. The wind dret turned dance nuffed out the flamey on some more. Father and daughter exchanged lances, a sensofunia sepermeating the air. Acco incidents might be dismissed. Buta second occurrence seberethamar cough semething deeper. With asai, Linuan retrieved a dislighter from his pocket. Asha flicked thweel, a small flame sprang forth, which he cautiously lower read toward the paper ladder. Whoosh! Theflemuus extinguished once again. Thistami biomors anistragus that send chills down their spines. Raise a goose bump sal over their bodies. Annie re-feel a grip them. Could it be your grandfather doesn't plan to leave? Linuan mused, feigning levitiamid thunis. Dad? Lin Zinia suden lipo in today thieferings in the ground. Herv wasa trembling slightly. Thieferings included longevity cakes and das election off fruits hat the old man favored. Linuan glanced down and noticed that the fruits, once fresh, had inexplicably become dry and shriveled, as if they had been baked. The longevity cakey appeared particularly deflated, resembling something thought would crumbly to mere touch. Ancient wisdom health that of thieferings for a fam legiurdi on deitylist moisture within a few days. It signified that the deity had draw new panthyrescence, affirming the presentio fat protective espiritagu domen. Chapter 3 The Sirinth Debt Collector. A sudden, chilling wind swept through the courtyard off Lin family, lifting the hair off Lin Shenyu. Strangely, the Seminus breeze zesimid confined solo lithothilin residence. Aesthetries in the neighboring yards remained still and undisturbed. Smack! Lin Zion Usadendla felt a cold, biting sensation, as Thofsamio natiped her shoulder. The left side of her faceus assault had be faint, breathy whispers, reminiscent of Samio exhale and gright beside her. Dad, is that you? Lin Yuan, who had been facing away from her, turned around upon hearing her call. At that moment, a shiver raced down his spine right behind his daughter way say to store Ted figure whose face was soon recognizable. A handra stingin Lin Zianius holder, with a single white eye hanging down a Sifatorathian lyrum Nanto Fit's former self. Thedang Glin Jayabal moved unnaturally, and a dreadful notion coursed through Linuan's mind Thatirai appeared Tobe watching him. Bark, bark, bark. That will Labradors from the neighboring yard, disturbed by an unseen force, suddenly carjed toward the fences separating Thetwa properties. their barking echoing into the night. Lin Yuan, trembling, pointed shakily at his daughter's back. Unable to articulate a single word, fear lodged in his throat, rendering him voiceless. Lin Xinyu, on the brink of tears, stood frozen in place, grappling with the identity of Tbianjik's hailing soft Libyan dare while yet Chan remained on her shoulder. Dad. Daddy. Lin Xiania's composure shuddered, her cry is mingling with confusion. Regardless of her fright, Theban between father and daughter prevailed. Lin Yuan, heart racing, bravely stepped forward and grasped Lin Xiania's arm, pulling her tower dim with urgency. In that instant, she collided into Lin Yuan's embrace, and the menacing figure of Thathed clung to hair was seeming larpulid away. Now, the shadow of being was clearer, a grotesque patchwork of distorted features it appeared as though it had been stitched together from various parts. An abomination. Dad, is that you? Lin Yuan stammered, fear heavy in his voice. Wary our family tonight we have come to pay all respects. What do you want from us? Have we not been due to fuel in your memory? The figure seemed oblivious to Lin Yuan's words, floating before them, instinctually escalating between engagement and hesitation. Holding his daughter close, Lin Yuan struggled to breathe. His thought struck him. He yanked a piece of cow shorn from around his neck it weighs arlikofit and ear spree or from a high llama. Bark, bark, bark. The Labradors became even more agitated, their barks echoing through the dark night, awakening several neighbors. Old Lin, what's happening? A neighbor approached, drawn by the commotion of the dogs scrambling against the fence. Lin Yuan, stammering, pointed a threatened figure. Do you not see? His neighbor, bewildered, squinted into the yard, only to find the father and daughter pair, frowning in confusion, watery out talking about. Isn't today this event deifio your father's passing? It's them for the paper offerings. We hasn't tell it or bein' burned diet? Lin Yuan gulped, unsure how to explain. No, it's nothing. The shadow we figure in the corner see medworry, eyeing the cow shorn and swaying slightly before dissipating into the night. The neighbor's dogs, sensing the absence of the dark presence, quieted down, and after being scolded, whirled back inside. Both Lin Xianyu and Lin Yuan crumpled into their seats, exhausted. Such unsettling Zhang counters were an odious can be they feared disbelief in the repercussions soft speaking out loud. Thelider for thieferings was still untouched on the ground, and Thuel to offering slender by. In the living room, Lin Yuan sat, nervously smoking, with several cigarette but salready filling the tray. Lin Xinyu, curled up in the sofa, stared blankly into space. In an age where information flows freely and supernatural thrillers thrive, people may not full a belly of the inexplicable, yet some understanding lingers. Lin Xianyu buried her head in her arms, her voice ethic with emotion. Dad, was that a ghost? Lin Yuan shanned, clutching a cigarette stub, faltered, his expression lost in thought. It sholb, what kind of karma have winevided, tofasessacathing? Dad, do you remember? Lin Xiania stone grew urgent as he lifted her head. Today we buried Grandpa. I am in Xiaojapay to rolled gravy and said there would be strange occurrence in this event day. Lin Yuan's brow furrowed. Recalling vividly, though knew how tossed the kitchen knife? Lin Xianyu sprang to her feet, darting upstairs to her room, where she retrieved an unassuming kitchen knife from airbag. She Hadelways found it odd that a stranger had known about this event day of her grandfather's passing, and Thoth knew Neil's spade heed. She had instinctive liked thick knife tucked away. Returning to the living room, she placed thick knife intitable. His said wold bewaiting in cow fadian for 3 days and a half. If anything happened in her house, we should take this knife at Athene or the train station to find him. Lin Yuan, eyes fixed in thick knife, retrieve it his phony and yelled, find someone form. Hesh hood Bearer1 24-25, wearing a dark blue robe and short hair, has been staying at a hotel near the train station. Let me know as soon as you find him and need news within Yalfinhor. Lin Xianyu grabbed her keys. Resolute. Let's go. 20 minutes later, father and daughter parks on the side of the station square. Just 5 minutes shad passed when Ammon approached, glancing at the carsless and splay before rapping on the window. Lin Yuan roulette on the window. Theman bowed slightly, speaking with deference. Mr. Lin, found the person you seek a Cynthian just ahead. Where has been for 3 days. The owner mentioned Hazeldom goes out. Just for brief footing synthemerning gone devening. Lin Yuan audited. Thank you. Lin Xianya pulled out a few bills from her wallet. Polite words accompanying her gesture. Thank you. Theman waved dismissively, turning back. No need for thanks, Mr. Lin. We appreciate the opportunity to help. Erving Gathian, Lin Yuan hurried la exit the car, Lin Xianya following closely as the interrupt the labiandas to ease con floor. Reaching the fierce room at the corner, Daber lihet to mitok knock before the door creaked upon. Wang Jing's hested there, still clad in his long robe, a canvas bag slung over his shoulder, his gaze fell upon the kitchen knife fine Lin Xianya shand. Give me the knife, and also the payment. With apercissy and unyielding demeanor, he certed himself fast the debt collector of blades. Chapter 4 Unearthing the Grave. My house he chanted. And it seems to Lin Xianya allow it the stranger to reclaim the kitchen knife. When I-year-older lirelatavuus buried without a complete body to a to an untime lidiath, how could you expect norsament? Wang Jingxia suddenly pushed Lin Xianya's body, turning air back toward dim and dripping go pen herculer. Lin Xianya speed in surprise, instinctively trying to turn around, but Wang Jingxia pressed down on her shoulder, admonishing, "Don't move, stay still." The collar of Lin Xianya step was spooled down, revealing her left shoulder, where a distinct black fingerprints smeared her pale skin. Tilting her head, Lin Xianya caught sight of the dark handprints in her shoulder, and her face went pale with fear. Shetri to wipe them off. Buthamo resha rubbed. Themo resh whimpered. You better commit me benoon tomorrow, or else you can't expect this thing to haunt you daily. There will be no escaping it with that. Wang Jingxia closed the door behind Theme and dadded. Let's go visit your family souled grave. At Kaophidian, on the slope of Dong Shan Mountain. Before the freshly dug grave, where the deceased been buried just days prior, Wang Jingxia squatted down and began to sift through loose earth they top them out. Behind him, Lin Yuan and Lin Xianya watched in Shaka Salon crack split the ground from the top of the grave down toit steps. Lin Yuan furrowed dis brow unremarked. Agiamancer consult head said there was nothing wrong with the burial site. The burial site itself is sound, and the feng shui of this area is decent. The problem lies not with the grave but with the relative, Wang Jingxia stated, brushing Gafashan sand turning back to face them. When headied, his body was never fully recovered. Yedio buried himani. Have you ever reared the phrase I will ensure you to without a complete body? It's not just a figure of speech of Simeondius in such a manner. The afterlife you will not accept theme into Thunderworld. They cannot be incarnate and will wander the netherworld forges. That's where your relative will cling toy only when you collect this remain skenthisand. Tears streamed down Lin Xianya's face sobbed. Me grandfather did an accident. The vehicle wangled. And when they finally removed this body, some part shad be crushed shed beyond recognition. We cold knit find of everything. Sir, since it's impossible to gather themal, is there a way to resolve this? Lin Yuan asked, his face troubled. Min fu is not given toya without good reason, Wang Jing's hair replied, glancing Yupatheski. When he to dig up the grave before 11 o'clock and prepare some materialise vermilion, lotus roots al 9 holes must be holy and fresh. Actually, I'll write this down for you probably one remember everything, I'm saying. But remember this the coffin must be excavated be 11, and I'll need everything I asked for. Do I understand? Lin Yuan dead firmly. Vuil da everything necessary. Then hurry. Wang Jingxia gestured impatiently. Lin Yuan stepped aside, making urgent phone calls, while Lin Xianya hesitated asked, tonight, when we held my grandfather's spirit ceremony, the flames won't catch. Thina Gustof wind swept through the house, and the neighbor's dog started barking incessantly. My father and I saw a shadow hovering behind me. Was that, wasted me grandfather? While Huaza live, Huazan di dio your grandfather, but what you saw waslai clihislinger in gresentment. He hunts you because you were closest to him. He wants your help to find the remaining parts of his body. Beautify I can't find them, you'll never fully break free, Wang Jing's he explained, his gaze fixed on the grave. The exposed crack significant lie studutaf tur he brushed hearth away. Lin Xianya kimidin, avert the twin grave cracks. It signifies bid la cavriamina sign. Wang Jingx ignored her comment and moved forward a few steps. Sniffing fear. Lin Xianya instinctive imitate Hyman took a deep breath. Only to gag violently, drool spilling from her mouth. What is that smell? It's a full. It's the Senkof deathy hour grandfathers. Wang Jing's hair replied. Stunned, Lin Xianya yubbling kedden surprised and immediately squatted down. Retching again. Suddenly, their repulsive essence overwhelmed Theria, even catching the attention of Lin Yuan. How ostillant the phone nearby. The kraken the gravwitty nedaminously. Gurgle, gurgle, thick, black blood sipped from the fissure. Spreading toward Lin Xinyu. Wang Jingjiang kept her back just in time. The putrids smell-inducing choking sensations. With a swift motion, Wang Jingja drove a thekachin I find a the grave, burying the blady deep in thirth, leaving gon lie the handly exposed. Then here retrieve a piece file out paper from Miss Bag, bithis fingertip, and quickly inscribe it a seat off talismans before flicking the paper onto theek nigh feshendel. The flow of blood gradually diminished, ceasing to pour forth, thought he remained thick with the Senkov corpse. Both Lin Yuan and Lin Xinia stared in disbelief at the scene before them had it not been for their earlier encounter with the supernatural. Thepper would have been paralyzed with fear. By heavens! We've seen a ghost. Suk intense a malevolent swang Jing gemmed a legendary breath before turning to Lin Yuan. Frowning, what die Dorfamel Yelder do in life? He was a businessman. When the reform started in these, he took over Ascendries company and entered the small goods trade. Lin Yuan replied. No, go further back. Wang Jing's oppressed. Lin Yuan thought for a moment before saying, my father started working gate 18. His first job was at the Thai meat processing plant, where he worked for over 4 years. As a butcher, he on lice with to Ascendries company afterward. Wang Jing pointed accusing lie at Lin Yuan schist. The next to me somio 9 year from Elidies, wenio collagiman sir, pleasing Cherethia reputable. Theonio consulted was just a quack. What do you mean? You said Thyzeria had decent feng shui. Lin Yuan stammered, although he was preoccupied with themer pressing concerns related to the grave. This mountainous good for commonersit can bring blessings. Beauty owl dear work a day's a slaughter of 4-5 years wick no showman animal she killed. Every living thing has its spirit those creatures must have left their resentment upon him. That's likely he met such a tragic end. It's fellow of karma. Thacumancer must have a rushador from a list burial without heaven consultant your father's birth date. Wang Jing's hesed in disbelief. Your older needs stow buried in unarie. That candice veth that malevolent energy. Or else sight will bring misfortune to or descendants. Lin Yuan's expression darkened at the implications. Thank you for your help, you understand. Hera pleaded somberly. Before long, 3 vehicles arrived at the Futov Dongshan. On-off T-trucks held several workers equipped with tools. The syndicate teth linfamala wielded substantial influence in cow fadi ondishpidi being late at night. A few fanikal shad summoned Asmiller to assist. Start digging below the grave, but be careful not to disturb the kitchen knife or sting a topit. Levite buried in earth justicitis. Wang Jing's high instructed, gesturing toward the grave. Lin Yuan reiterated Wang Jing's warning with the utmost seriousness to the lead worker. And the prompt began excavating the grave, using shovel stow digatiges. Moments later, the grave was opened, revealing a coffin made of precious gold and silnum wood. Wang Jing just signaled for them to halt and whispered to Lin Yuan. Telever yon to attack the Futov to mountain Karen Taliv. The coffin will need to be relocated morning. Understood. Lin Yuan called out to the foreman, issuing instructions for the worker storm aimed down the mountain. Chapter 5 Claiming your wealth, alleviating your woes. Wang Jing Jero led up his robe and secured a tethis waist before leaping into the grave. With acrobar, he began prying at the coffin lid, the sound echoing ominously. After a few efforts, the lid loosened, and with a swift motion, he lifted a pen with a clang. Immediately, an nauseating stench of decay and putrid blood wafted headforth. Lin Yuan peered down, furrowing his brow in distaste, while Lin Xinyu, summoning her courage, stoli aglan sat thegru asamsite, only to paleantaway, retching violently. In the sweltering heat of June, the corpse buried beneath had long succumbed to decomposition, especially given Theodor limits, death by vehicular accident this bottom mangled and reduced to fragments, teeming with maggots. Suppressing his nausea, Lin Yuan inquired, is it possible to piece Sethibadai together? It's a bit troublesome, but manageable. Hand methat bagaflotisruts. Wang Jingja grumbled in annoyance, clearly discontented with the daunting task head. Before being placed in the coffin, that discernibly piece soft tea corpse had been arranged to resemble a normal human's disposition. However, several vital parts were missing in a little calf bone, half a fair right hand, a concave chest, and the left thalfoft heska lashidard. Wang Jingja retrieved zeverolatus roots from Thebig, skillfully slicing them into sections with Thakachin knife. He then compared these to the missing parts of the corpse, meticulously trimming them down to fit. In Taoist practice, there exists a technique known as the lotus root substitute, utilized to replace Steve sent portions of a body. This technique is exemplified in the classic tale of investiture of gods, whereupon his Hastamise, his master, Tai Ijanrin, used lotus roots to construct this flesh. Historically, the Nina Holsof lotus roots are believed to possess spiritual significance, akin to the human anatomy, given thought both structures porous nature cell sand blood vessel smurring in another. Hence, The spractus haes mergeden Taoist tradition se means stammen theta ceased form. Ida said that skilled morticians, particular lighthose of reputable lineage, possess the craft of sewing the dead, which involves the suturing of damaged corpses. Among the techniques, Theosophlot tus rutsto substitute a missing sections is own novsaviral practices. Thoughtful contemporary morticians retain such knowledge. Centuries ago, however, a profession thriving in the skill was known as wugu, serving both as a mortician and coroner. After Wang Jingji finished shaping the lotus roots, he took out a few strips off talisman paper and affiket them onto the roots. Summoning a brush, hedapetitan cinnabar, deftly inscribing Zimbal supont the paper. From atop the grave, Linyuan and Lin Zainu watchadas the outline of the oldman's missing parts vividly materialized before a their eyes. Once completed the talismans, Wang Jingji pulled the kitchen knife from the side. And suddenly, Thegus Leodort hadader vedetier began to dissipate. The chilling winds the thad swept through fading in stillness. Looking Yapathiski, Wang Jingji noted the tight was just before the midnight hour. Perfect timing, he stated, post-midnight, yo would cross into the next day, and thought would surpass his 7th day of mourning. Should wish to kill the resentment of this grave, it would require considerable effort. When the rooster crows, send those people from below to retrieve the coffin. Well move ito another resting place, head, placing the coffin lid back in place. The hillside has decent feng shui. Near a source of good fortune, there are spots to dispel negativity. Just find any suitable place behind this lobby and dig a new hall. Is the Taltheristoid? Linyuan felt a twinge of skepticism regarding the abruptness of Wang Jing's conclusion. Surely, one would need a compass or some form of divination? After burying the coffin, it would be best to hold a ritual for the old man ancient sutras for a few days to suppress his malevolence. While he shall be fine, there may still dream shizen sao your way thought could be unsettling. Wang Jingji advised as Sheklin bidu tof te grave, brushing dirt off his robe. Once 100 day shave past, you out to performs a megu deeds in his nam, lest the bujed harshla for spostmas deeds in the afterlife. After all, despite what samiondo isn't this life, debts are invariably recorded in the underworld, and we known meets there and those debts must be settled. Linyuan and Lin Zainu exhaled, relieved to hear Wang Jing's hesquidence. When hept, the exchange glances, eager for more information. Wang Jingji held up his finger and said, everything I've just mentioned is not concern menelanger, you'll need to manage ID, ourselves haremly forthest task. Gratefully, Linyuan clasped Hishin Stoge there. Thank you for your guidance, sir. However, we hope you might lend us your expertise should we encounter difficulties. With an impatient flick of his fingers, Wang Jing's hesitate, and Lin Zainu skied incredulously. What's the matter? Money? Pame, or do you expect to get this work done for free as such an whore? Wang Jing's heraletis eyes, exasperated by her oversight. Linyuan suddenly exclaimed, oh! My apologies. I completely forgotten my haste. How about this after we've finished the burial tomorrow? I'll deliver the payment in person? Oh, nani ad for sucturable. Just give me whatever you have in you nother to make a big deal of it. Immerly crossed out your path and help it out. So javami wadi ufilis right? Hestita done concernedly. That may not be appropriate. Linyuan replied sincerely. It's rather late, and accessing funds is inconvenient. On Seth the bankapins tomorrow, I can arrange for a check Toba provided. Assure you, the amount will be satisfactory. Wang Jingji dismissed this notion, remarking, when engaging in the slinof work, it's inappropriate for meadow accept a nexus amount. Themor you pay. Themor must alleviate. Your older's situation merits and lie tis valiant Ethan Mori and did feel burdened be thui off. Seeing Wang Jing's insistence, Lin Zaini pulled Lin Yuan aside. Producing her wallet, she rummaged through it and handed a Vera bund leaf cashabuta 1,000 yuan. Wang Jing jeeksept to Themini and tuck it into his bag, saying, don't forget what I just mentioned. This hall suffice. Without further ado, Wang Jingji turned on his shield and departed. Lin Zain yukiat lia in closer to Lin Yuan, whispering, Dad, helbelingeringin cow fadian for a hila longer. Tomorrow, after Grandpa's burial, wecken visithim again. Bethedamuariach the capital. Iline dulgine twa pounds off pork head meat. Wang Jing's hair marked, clapping Themini and Hishin with a satisfied smirk.